What's going on? What's going on? I'm Eugene Napoleon. This is Napoleon's Corner. Hope all is well. Before I get started, please make sure you subscribe. We greatly appreciate your support. This is actually episode 243, and the topic is what's your vision? What's your vision? Meaning, how do you see things? How do you want to set things up for your future? What is your vision? So the standards that you set relates to the results you get. Whatever standards you set will relate to the results that you get in the long run. This is not a short-term thing. This is in the so you put the work in. You have to work at it. You have to, you pretty much owe it to yourself to do these things. Now, don't have a vision, don't have a plan of attack, then it's going to be very hard for you to think about what your success rate is going to be. So for those who think you can just wake up and do osmosis, these things are going to just appear for you, that's the wrong frame of mind. The standards that you set will yield whatever results you're going to get in the end means a lot. If you don't have a standard practice of how I'm going to work, you don't have a standard set of goals or a guideline as to how I'm going to reach these goals, then how are you going to be successful in the long run? Your vision, which means it's your personal plan of attack, how are you going to get to navigate these different waters when it comes to dealing with adversities, when it comes to dealing with hardship, when it comes to dealing with difficulties, any of these things that can derail you from your vision of what you want to do later on in your life. You have to set the standards now. You have to set the standards now. You can't wait till tomorrow, next week, next month. You have to set those standards now, and you have to have that vision now. So I'll say it this way. You've ever been around individuals that they think they can talk their way into success? Okay. Hear them and they talk a good game. Everybody can talk about being a millionaire. They can talk about living in a fancy house. They can talk about driving fancy cars. They can talk themselves into this lifestyle. That's their vision. But when you put it in context, none of that means nothing. Words mean absolutely nothing if you don't put the words into work, into action that coincides with your vision, that's going to allow you, whatever it yields at the end, because you've done those things prior to, you have a better opportunity to be successful in the end if you start off in the vision, you start off with putting your vision to work. You put it to work. It's hard to be around people who talk success. They don't work towards success. Within, their words become action. Man, that burns me up. It burns me up because I've heard it so much in my career. I've heard it so much with people around me it got to a point where I had to separate myself from that. I just got tired of hearing it. I'm here to tell you that if you don't have a vision, if you don't have standards, if you don't have a work ethic, please don't walk around and talk about successes that you want and you don't have a plan to put it into action. It makes no sense. So the first step, what's your vision, really is asking you, what's your game plan? What are the measures you're going to take to formulate this good game plan? And are you going to put words into action? Make sure that this game plan and your vision will become a success story down the road. I'm not talking about right now, because depending on what you do, success doesn't happen right now. It's something that's down the road. But you put the work in and believe in yourself. Don't let someone derail you. Believe in yourself. Your work is your work. It doesn't belong to anybody else. Your vision is your, you've heard me say this before. It's not for someone to tell you what your visions are. It's not for someone to tell you what your standards are. It's certainly not for anybody to tell you the timeline or on how you're going to put that in. You know those things. So believe in yourself, and you owe it to yourself to do exactly that. What vision? Your vision should start and end with success. That's your overall vision, and that should be your overall goal. I'm Eugene Napoleon. This is Napoleon's Corner. I'll see you next week. Take care.